everybody, it's Cassie and Taro. Welcome back. It is Tuesday, April 16, and we are back with another crypto market update. Okay, so here we are on the Bitcoin chart and we're on the daily time frame in the Coinbase exchange. There's only a couple things that I want to show you guys on this zoomed out view before we have Cassie go into the subwaves. That is this updated target here for our fifth wave at the 618. We do need to update this third coordinate for this Fibonacci level with the high here for wave 4. So your coordinates should be the high here at 72777. This low here at 60822, and then the high for wave 4 was at 66928.82. And you can see that brings our target level right to our main target at 597. And so these are the levels that I'm watching out for once this does break down here at this main 236 support at 62,000. One thing that is leading me to believe that we are going to be coming down to this target here is the RSI, because you can see on our third touch on that support level, we've now made another new low. And so I believe that this eventually is going to be breaking down even for just a quick wick, but I do believe we're going to be forming that 5-wave structure coming down for wave 5 to touch these levels here before moving on to a new high.
So one thing I want to mention on this zoomed out view is Tara has the 1 and the 618 outlined, and those are both subwave targets. So that's the C target and the 5th wave target. And then we also have that lower 382 fib tar that I think we need to call out at 54,000. Even though we don't have any subwaves aligning there, that's still a wave 4 target. So if everything were to break down, that would be the next support level. So I think we need to call that out, that even if it comes to that 382 level, we could still expect a new high out of Bitcoin after that. So I wanted to point that out. And then I wanted to be clear that we have those two levels at perfect alignment. So that's what we're always trying to do, is find alignment on different levels of the subwaves. And that's exactly what we're seeing there at that 50,000 level. So I just wanted to make that really clear while it's zoomed out here and nice and clean before I zoom in. Get real messy.
Yeah, so Cassie is mentioning how these two fib levels line up. Anytime you see a fib cluster like this, it's a higher probability that the price is going to be targeting that level. And this is at 382 that she mentioned. I have mentioned in the other videos that this 236 and this 382 are the typical wave 4 targets. And so right now the subwaves are lining up to come here. But like she said, even if it does come down to 54,900, this is still valid to be wave 4, and then we'll continue on to make new highs. So by tracking the subwaves like this, we can get a good understanding of where it's landing, but do, like she said, prepare for a touch on this 382 just in case. But we are going to be tracking it and trying to figure out exactly where it's going to be landing. So let's actually have Cassie zoom us into this 5th wave to see if we can spot any subwaves of this 5th wave and know if it's going to be lining up with the subwaves.
Okay, so here we are on the Bitcoin 1 hour. I know this looks a little scary and messy, but what you're seeing here is Bitcoin is right at that larger 236 retrace again. And one thing I do notice is this last break below the level actually did create a small bullish divergence. So I'm thinking it's possible we could even build a little temporary support here, but this is that level that Tara's talking about, that when we do break, we could get that quick break down to our 5th wave target at that 59,000. And really for a 5th wave, we would want to see a less strength. So it's good that it's good that it's coming down and testing at lower strength to keep the RSI up. So we're expecting maybe a quick drop to that price, nothing of really strong strength. If we do start to see strong strength, that's that 54,000 area that we need to be looking out for next. The way that it's looking and developing now, how it's breaking and coming down and keeping that RSI high, that's trying to set up that perfect 5th wave divergence. So that's what I'm seeing here. So I am still expecting that C wave target, but it does look like right now it's at support and it's going to try to hold or range for a little bit to keep that divergence nice. So
yeah, so that's what we're going to be watching for today, guys, very closely, is this level here, and waiting for that break, or to see if we're going to start to build some stronger support right on top of that level.
Exactly.
All right, let's get over to Ethereum. Okay, so here we are in Ethereum on the daily time frame. And last time I took you guys through this wave 4 coming up here, just like on Bitcoin. And on Ethereum, it is starting to drop already for that 5th wave. You can see that on Bitcoin, the 5th wave was a lot more developed than on Ethereum. Ethereum looks like it's still only in possibly wave 2 of that 5th wave coming down here. So that's something that Casi can take us into, is these subwaves here. But I just want to remind you guys that we do still have that full target at 2,700 that we're still waiting for. And that 618 extension for the 5th wave of wave C does land us right around that level. So we are seeing one of those Fibonacci clusters like we mentioned on Ethereum as well, where we have 2 fibs lining up, which like we said means that this is a level of higher significance. So let's have Casi take us into this wave here, starting with the top of wave 4, just to see if we can find any subwaves or any indication that this is going to be dropping further for our 5th wave coming down.
Okay, so here we are zoomed in on Ethereum 1 hour. Just as Tara talked about, we are getting some kind of drop from that 4th wave. She thinks we're starting that 5th wave down. As we zoom in, I think we need a little bit more confirmation on that 5th wave down here, because right now, I'll show you how to get the retrace levels exactly in a little bit, but overall it's come to a 0.5 retrace, which is nice for wave 4. So it did hit a wave 4 target, but so far looks like we're only about halfway retrace. Right now it's finding support at the larger 236 retrace of that larger structure. But let me get the small retrace level here of 4, just to show you where this bounced off of. So you get your fib retrace set there. And sometimes I like to just hide my drawings when it gets a little messy like that. And it helps you really locate that bottom a little bit cleaner. And then I'm coming up all the way to the high that it made. So these are the retrace levels of 4. And you can see it came to a perfect 618 retrace, which aligns with the larger 236 retrace. So this is a significant level here. And you can see that's why we're building a little bit of price action here at this point. And you can see the RSI is kind of curving up, like we may get a little bit of another subwave here. So now I'm going to clear out those fibs just to clean up the chart a little bit and then show you the retrace levels as we come up. So let's get a little bit more zoomed in. Okay, so with these retrace levels, these are just some levels that we're going to be eyeing as it starts to come up and find support, and really targeting this 618 retrace here at 3,170. So this would be for a typical wave 2 target. So what we could be seeing is possibly wave 1 of that subwave 5 coming down, and then wave 2 with a large wave 3 coming, targeting that 2,700 area. So it's possible that we do have short-term little bullish action coming up to that 618 level, and then a big break coming for that final 5th wave touch. Ethereum is really trying to keep the RSI high as it comes down for its new low. So it's really trying to set up that 5th wave divergence perfectly from what I'm seeing, as it's trying to drop really slowly here. So I'm still expecting this 5th wave RSI to not make a new low below the 3rd wave RSI, which is over here. So you can see how high the RSI is, how much room the RSI has to go to still create that divergence here. So
okay, let's go over to XRP. Okay, so here we are on XRP on the daily time frame. And as I mentioned yesterday, we have this 1 fib here at 48 cents that we believe that XRP is going to continue to support at, and just kind of wait for Bitcoin and Ethereum to form their last wave. And then I think they're all going to move up together. And so it's continuing to form support right on that target fib at the 1 fib at 48 cents. Yesterday, I had mentioned that Bitcoin and Ethereum did not reach their 1 fib yet. And that's exactly what we just showed you in this video, is that we're still targeting the 1 fib on Bitcoin and Ethereum, but XRP has already hit that target. So we're going to have Casi take us into the subwaves here to see what we can expect on XRP short term.
Okay, so here I am on XRP. You can see we are right around the 236 retrace on XRP. So unlike Bitcoin, we are still pretty bullish on the retrace levels that XRP is holding. And another thing I want to point out about XRP is we didn't get that nice bearish top. So it is possible that we hold some kind of local support and still come up and touch this significant resistance here. This is the bottom of that long-term triangle, the trend line there. So we need to make an official touch to it at some point. And the way it's hanging out here on these upper support levels makes me think that we still could get a touch up to that. And because we didn't get a nice, strong bearish divergence. But sometimes at trend lines, it does skew the divergence reading. So that's something to keep in mind there. But we are still pretty bullish in the retrace that it's at. And I'm not seeing anything real clear as far as development on the subwaves to go off of right now. Like Tara mentioned, it already came to the larger target. So it's possible that we just range, and as Bitcoin quickly drops, we don't see a new low. If this comes up and ends up breaking up into the triangle and really starts to build support again back inside, that would be really bullish price action that we would start to rethink any new low on XRP. And then another thing, this is exactly why we say that each coin follows their own chart. So XRP is not following what Bitcoin's doing, and Ethereum's not following what Bitcoin's doing. Each one of these are really following their own chart, and this really goes to show that, because when you really truly understand TA, this XRP chart looks very different than the Bitcoin chart. So I just wanted to point that out, because I think a lot of people yesterday on Twitter were saying how XRP and Ethereum follow just whatever Bitcoin does. And I think that you and I demonstrate that clearly, how XRP is only at a very small retrace, and this is really critical, and this is not the same chart as Bitcoin.